What's up? You're watching Cheap Seats for Hivemind. I'm Riley Savage.
And I'm Graydon Weaver.
Today we'll be doing our official NFL mock draft for 2025. We've been in contact with a lot of inside sources. We've been watching a lot of tape. We've been sticking to the tape, and we're going to tell you what's going to happen. We pretty much know the future. I know it's only later today, but we know what's going to happen tonight at the draft, and we've got our picks.
Absolutely. That's right, Riley Savage. And I am just honored to be here with you today. And I'm no tape jockey, but I know a lot of these players on a personal level, and I'm just excited to see these boys' future blossom in the NFL.
Yeah, they're saying it's kind of a top-heavy draft this year. It does have some depth at the TE and RB positions, which I still don't know what those stand for.
Correcto mundo. And by top-heavy, you mean bazoombas, correct?
Yes, I do. I mean, they have huge cans and a skinny little waist, almost no ass. Flat ass on a lot of these guys.
We love that over here at Cheap Seats, don't we, pal?
We absolutely do. Cheap Seats off-season obviously has been a bit sparse, but we do have some videos coming soon, including one of my favorite brackets we've ever done on any of our many channels. It's pretty awesome, and you should be excited for it. Subscribe, like, bangle, eat shit. All right, here we go. We got a lot of notes and a lot of stuff to get to. Let's pull up these picks here.
Let's pull up the hot board. All right, Riley,
Oh, it sounds like the pick is in.
it sounds like that, right?
The number one pick is kind of a consensus here. It's going to be Cam Ward.
Cameron Ward.
Yeah, it's the QB from Miami. Got a cannon of an arm, and a lot of people are calling him a beast.
I have read a lot about him, and I watched his combine tape recently and earlier today, and this guy is a straight-up beast.
And he knows how to handle the heat. Playing down there in Miami.
Yes, well said.
Yes.
And he can rifle that pill around, and he'll be throwing to some electric targets.
Now, what do you make of this take that everybody's been saying, that he would have been the 4th or 5th QB taken in last year's draft?
I don't care what other people say, because I know one thing. This guy's a beast.
I know a second thing, if you don't mind me saying.
Please.
We are the Titans, the mighty, mighty Titans.
Tea time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of hype in Tennessee this year. It's always exciting when you get a quarterback at 1, and then he gets pulverized 6 games in.
Why don't you tee up this next pick for us? Actually, I got something to do really quick before we do that.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's Myles Garrett in a Cavs jersey and jeans, waving a towel.
And it doesn't look a lot like Myles Garrett. It looks a little bit like Myles Garrett. They did okay with the bobblehead over there. But we did re-sign Myles Garrett, which means we're going to the playoffs.
Yes, obviously.
I think Tony already pulled the pick up.
Yep, pick time for the Cleveland Browns. We get Shohei Ohtani, but this time on the gridiron. Travis Hunter, the CB/WR from Colorado. Just like one of the best athletes I think we've ever seen. I don't think it can be undersold enough or oversold enough. This guy is a beast, Riley.
Yeah.
Imagine him running a triple flea flicker with Joe Flacco, and he bombs it down the field to Flacco, who then throws it, and then Travis joins the other team, gets an interception, but it's a trick, reverses it back to Kevin Stefanski, who hikes it to Nick Chubb, and then Wyatt Teller does a Superman dive into the end zone.
I absolutely love your imagination, and it's bright and beautiful.
Thank you, brother.
I think it's a little weird that Travis Hunter was like, everybody's talking about him being a corner, and now apparently the Browns like him more as a wide receiver, and a lot of teams like him more as a wide receiver than they do as a corner.
I think he's electric with the ball in his hands, and the more you can get the ball in his hands, the more of an instant impact he would make. I think like if he fell to a more established team or something, like if he wasn't a top 5 talent and he went somewhere that was like a little stronger offensively, I could see him at corner. But with the Browns, it's like, we got to get this guy the ball.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's a freak athlete. I absolutely love him. Welcome to the Browns, Travis Hunter.
Great smile on the kid.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. All right, the Giants. They're going to get Abdul Carter from Penn State.
Yes.
A lot of people are calling him the next Myles Garrett.
A lot of people are calling him a beast.
Or the next Lawrence Taylor, I guess, if you really think about it.
How so?
Because he's going to the Giants.
Lawrence Taylor was a linebacker, though.
So? I mean, whatever.
Whatever. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This guy's a beast.
It's a pass rush. He's an absolute beast. A lot of people are worried about that leg of his. He's got a leg problem. He's not getting surgery on it. He's just going to grow a deformed bone.
That's all right.
Which is fine.
I think deformed bones belong in the NFL, and that's fine, and that's what they called me in high school in the locker room.
Yeah, Nittany Lion to Giant.
Was that a pun?
No.
Oh, that was just straight up.
Just trying to keep things moving.
Yeah, we're keeping it on pace here. No excitement yet, but don't worry. We have some tricks up our sleeve due to the information we've been gathering from other teams, and I've been on the phone a lot with Mike Vrabel, not Robert Kraft, that creepy old fuck, and I think the Patriots are probably going to take Will Campbell.
Now, I got something in my notes here. Do you mind
Please.
reading that for me real quick?
Here, this is straight in from Campbell's camp, if you will. This is Will Campbell got short arms.
Let me take a look at that real quick.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
That's not good.
Okay, yeah. I guess it was an even 33 inches. Oof.
Yeesh.
Yeesh, that doesn't read well. That does not. It doesn't seem to be good. History shows that the short arms on these guys
Are not good for tackles. Don't look at me with
It's
those
not
glasses.
good for that. So I am a little worried about this pick here for the Patriots. I would have gone with Genty, but hey,
this is
I
a
ain't
good
GM.
You gotta
Reason.
protect your franchise quarterback, Riley, and that's as Vrabel's first year, you can't go in and take a risk because if you draft Genty and Drake May gets his shit crapped out, then he'll die.
Yeah, you don't want players to die.
You don't want Drake May to die.
No.
Shout out Vrabes, fuck Robert Kraft for life.
All right, here's where things actually do get interesting because we got a trade.
Boom!
Jacksonville Jaguars moving down. Bears taking the spot. And guess who they're going with? It's obvious. It's Ashton Genty. Okay? This is a blue chip player. This is a guy. This is you're getting your Marshawn Lynch. You're getting your Saquon Barkley. You're getting your LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah.
This is the next 10 years. You're getting this guy running it from the backfield. That helps Caleb Williams a lot.
Yes.
That offense got stronger over the offseason.
That's true.
The defense might have improved as well.
Yeah, just got to improve the protection. I think the philosophy going into last year was misplaced. They basically opened up an arsenal and we're like, there you go, Caleb, throw it 40 times a game. But if he has a strong run game, I think that helps the young quarterback's development.
Yeah.
And Ashton Genty's an absolute beast.
Yeah, I actually just had that in my notes.
Yep,
yeah,
I just
was
got
looking
word.
for that. It turns out Ashton Genty's a beast.
With a capital B-E-A-S-T.
Yeah, all five of them are capital.
Yep.
So, I think this is a good trade. I think the Bears need to do it, and I don't know what they give up because I don't like to do math on stuff like that.
No, and the package is confusing. At 6, the Raiders, though. Armand Membo, who is an offensive tackle out of Missouri, and I don't know what's going on in Las Vegas really this year. Pete Carroll's seemingly living out his retirement at a blackjack table, but this team's kind of all over the place. They're bringing in someone to protect Geno. Whatever. Armand's a beast, so...
Yeah, people say like if you don't have your skill player, your top skill player there, you got to go with a really good tackle, really good guard. Just get somebody to protect your quarterback. I don't know. I think that they would love to get Ashton Genty. I just think that that's kind of out of their hands at that point. And I will say this.
Please say it.
I will say Jacksonville might get that call from the Bears. They might get a call from the Broncos.
Yep.
They might get those, and they might call Vegas themselves and say, hey, do you want to switch and give us your second round? And you guys can take Genty. Depending on what package they get from each team, I'm not ruling out that the Raiders just go up one to take Genty so that nobody trades there.
I hope the Browns trade up and get Genty there.
Yeah, that was we had that projected for a long time. Yeah. And then we got a call from Kevin Stefanski and he said, fuck you guys, your show sucks.
No, he did not.
No,
he said
did.
that about you. He said your co-host sucks to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At number 7, the New York Football Fighting Jets are going to take Tyler Warren here. This is one of the highly touted tight end prospects, one of many that I think are going to go in this first round. This guy's an absolute beast, and he's going from Nittany Lion to Jet.
And they did pass on Brock Bowers last year, so this is kind of their penance. They passed on a really, really good tight end, and now they got to go get Tyler Warren. Justin Fields chucking him the rock. We love to see that.
Yep.
We love to see that. We absolutely love to see that as football fans.
And they lost
got two
Conklin.
Big Ten guys, Justin Fields from the Ohio State University, tossing that pill over to Tyler Warren from Penn State. Come on, football fans. Ain't nothing better than that.
This is more of like a bobbled towel instead of a head. His head doesn't really bobble.
It doesn't bobble much, but it does bobble a little bit.
I wonder if that was like per his request. He was like, I don't want my head bobbling. You can make the towel bobble. But
Yeah, I got a strong neck.
obviously, I don't want people to think I'm weak in
I
the
got a
neck.
strong everything.
Yeah, the guy's a monster.
Yeah.
And he's an absolute beast, just like Tyler Warren. And Conklin's out catching the pill for someone else. So that's a needed pick here. At 8, we have the Carolina Fighting Football Panthers taking Tet McMillan. Maybe the only wide receiver. Well, I think there's one more in this first round, maybe two more, maybe three more.
There's three more.
Chill. I got my
bad.
notes confused with
That
a few
is
years
my
ago.
fault I'll look through mine really quick.
And I was talking to the Panthers earlier today, and they're inspired by their second half of last season. They want to get Bryce some more bad boys to catch the football.
They absolutely do, Graydon. Thank you so much for that analysis. Let's get on to the next 8 picks.
Next 8 picks we got rolling in here. That populated
looks like
seamlessly.
Are popping up at 9.
And I think the pick's in.
The pick is in. And okay, I cannot.
It is Michael Williams.
These are real glasses, by the way. We found them out in the back parking lot of our office. They are prescription and probably belong to an old blind lady. And so I actually cannot see through these things at all. I'm very dizzy.
Riley, Michael Williams is one of the many Bulldogs we expect or know, actually, that are going to go here in the first round.
There's a few, yeah.
He's an absolute beast off
I heard.
the edge.
I was reading that he's a beast.
And there's a lot of talk about, could Shedeur Sanders, maybe the Saints. They don't love Derek Carr. No one loves Derek Carr. No one should love Derek Carr, so that makes sense.
Especially with that injury thing going on.
Especially with his baby hands.
But for all those Shedeur heads out there, don't worry, we have a plan for you.
Yes.
There is a plan for you, and it's what's going to happen tonight.
This is a smart pick. We love it. Saints go marching into pick number 10, which now belongs to Jacksonville.
Boom.
And at 10, Riley, we know who they're going to take, right?
We absolutely do know who they're going to take. It's Mason Graham. He's not a QB.
He is not a QB.
He's not a QB from the Miami Hurricanes.
That's all right.
But
that's all right.
It's fine.
It's totally fine.
I don't care too much about it. So
he's a
beast.
He's an
absolute.
He's a beast from Michigan.
Michigan, yeah. This is who they might have taken at 5 anyway, so they get to get him at 10, and they pick up some picks along the way, the courtesy of Ben Johnson and the Bears.
All right.
I love it.
Let's glaze right over that goat and get on to number 11, the San Francisco Fighting Football 49ers. They're going to get Jalen Walker here. That's what we're getting in. They lose Greenlaw.
Dre Greenlaw.
They retain Fred Warner, their Mike, and they need a little outside linebacker who can also rush the quarterback but play well in pass coverage, as that is a signature of the Shanahan defense as that second layer in pass coverage.
You are amazing at what you do. I love the way you talk about sports.
He is just a beast, and he's going to fit right in there. This is scary. You don't want to see San Francisco with the damn near top 10 pick. With that coaching staff, they get Brock back. They still got the Kittle, Shittle, and, all those other beasts out there.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't like it. This is a hell of a pick for 49ers fans, so be happy, rejoice in football, and praise the gridiron.
You got an absolute steal with this beast.
Yes.
Let's go to the Cowboys at 12. They're gonna need a running back, right? Yep. They're gonna pick Omarion Hampton.
I love his music.
Me too. I got this icebox where my heart used to be.
Jerry Jones is an absolute old, shriveled up racist, and he doesn't deserve success. So I'm sorry, Omarion Hampton. We will be rooting against you.
Yeah, it looks like Jerry Jones is taking one of his many trips to the Hamptons this year. It's Omarion Hampton.
Yep, and he is a beast, but he's going from Tar Heel to Cowboy.
Yeah, tough break there. Absolutely a tough break.
He's missing out on the Belichick years, which everyone is baffled by what's going on down there.
Yeah, totally. A lot of people are saying he's whipped by his girlfriend.
I would say it is elder abuse, elder manipulation.
Might be. I hope that it ends up sort of like a running point situation where she becomes like the Patriots GM or something.
Okay.
She's the owner of the Patriots.
Kind of like Cameron Diaz in Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday, win the Super Bowl and drive off in a Hyundai.
Oh, and then make it a what's your Hyundai?
Venue.
Make it a venue. At number 13, we have the Miami Football Fighting Dolphins. We got them going with Will Johnson, a Michigan man. He's a cornerback. This is a little higher than some people project, but we know, based on our sources, that this beast is going from blue to the blue ocean of Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. They're taking him. We actually heard that on the phone earlier.
Yeah, and it's no maze to get down there because it's a straight shot down 75.
Wow, I love that maize and blue.
Girl.
Yeah.
Football.
I absolutely love that. All right, from Wolverine to dolphin. That would be a weird animal transition, but at the same time, it works for football. So let's get on to those Colts, which a lot of people are saying Coltson Loveland. He's going to love landing there in Indianapolis. He's the tight end from Michigan, and he is quite a stud.
And he's going to be a must-needed beast of a weapon for Andrew Luck and the gang over there.
Andrew Luck, I think it's still Manning. Peyton Manning's going to be tossing him the rock this year.
No, this is going to be fun for Colston over there. Basically, he's playing with another tight end who plays quarterback, and he'll be catching absolute piss missiles from Anthony Richardson all year. Then his hands are probably going to fall off like icicles.
I think he'll be playing with Anthony Richardson for 4 games, and then you're going to get Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones is a lead athlete and one of the best guys I've ever met and talked to today.
I love his eyes.
Back-to-back Michigan guys, that would be fun for Jim.
No, it's not Jim Harbaugh anymore.
For 15 coming in, the Atlanta Football Fighting Falcons are probably going to take, actually, they are going to take Dirty McGurty Mike Green, a defensive end from Marshall who has questionable allegations.
He has something off the field going on, but at the same time, he's on the field. There's no questions about that. He plays a good game, and he's really good, and the Falcons are going to need some pass rush. Are they finally going to draft a defensive player in the first round? Yes.
We hope so.
We found out earlier. They told us.
We know so.
Uh-huh.
And that's right, Falcons fans. Enjoy Mike at 16.
Bang! Mike Green!
At 16, the Arizona Football Fighting Cardinals.
Yes.
They need a little help. And they need a little help protecting their little mousy quarterback. The little mouse in the south, down mouth.
Let's hope Tyler Booker isn't too tall because Kyler Murray cannot see over his O-line, but at the same time, he needs protection so that he can just scamper around and get a first down.
And we know what they say about offensive linemen from Alabama. Holy shit, that guy's fucking huge!
They do say that.
Every time he walks in. And if he walks into a restaurant, they say, more food! We're going to run
out of food in the back.
Oh, get it!
Cook it faster. This guy needs more food.
Fucking huge.
Oh, shit, he's
Did you see
big. This guy's the biggest guy I've ever seen.
That's what they say.
He's the biggest guy I've ever
Did you see the helmet cam footage of Tua in training camp?
No.
I don't think anyone can see over the offensive line, and I don't understand how these quarterbacks get the ball to anyone on time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he hikes it and he throws it, and all you see is like.
I remember sitting pretty close for that Browns-Bears game that we went to, and I was like, oh, shit, when you're this close, I'm like, this is the hardest game of all time. How would you ever play football?
And the people up in the box are like, yeah, he's just got to see that over the middle in 1.5 seconds before this 8-foot-tall behemoth of a man is coming to kill you and your family. You got to get that ball out on time, and that's just unprofessional if you don't. Mm-hmm. Makes me pity poor guys like Will Levis. But then again, I think about his mayonnaise cannon, and I say, All right,
let's pull up the next 8 picks. And this is a big one, okay, really quick. Okay, here we go,
Yeah.
Listen, Bengals fans.
We know.
Okay? The experiment has failed.
Yep.
Burrow's not the guy.
He never was.
He just isn't the guy. It's time to just start over. Let's start from scratch. The Burrow experiment has failed.
But you got to admit when you're wrong, just like the Browns did.
Go get your guy. And your guy is Jalen Milroe.
Duh.
A guy who only goes to the right.
You know
he hasn't even seen the left side of the field. He refuses to even run across it to get under center. Okay, you need a guy who is going to target one side of the field. He knows the right side of the field better than any player in the
history.
In the NFL who knows the rest of the field.
And when you're right, you know what you're not?
Wrong.
Thank you. And this is a genius pick. Zach Taylor is going to probably end up in the Hall of Fame after he kicks Burrow to the curb and Jalen Milroe takes the reins in Cincinnati this year.
All right, let's get to the next
At
pick.
number 18, we have the Seattle Fighting Seahawks, who are coached by a guy named McDonald.
Mike McDonald.
And they're going to double up. They're going to double down on the Buckeye wideouts, and they're going to draft Emeka Egbuka, and he's going to team up with JSN.
Yeah. And this is a smart pick, okay? A lot of people are saying, oh, where's Matthew Golden? He's going to go before Egbuka. Listen, there hasn't been an OSU wideout bust in the league in 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys are reliable. Even scary Terry McLaurin, he wasn't that good as a Buckeye. Look what he's doing over there in Washington.
He's so good.
And I think that connection between JSN and Egbuka is going to be great for Sam Darnold. He's going to have some options, okay?
Yeah.
And I don't think the Seahawks are any good. I don't think they're going to be any good this year.
I don't know.
I don't think they're going to be good.
I don't know.
I think it's a rebuilding year, but I think you invest long-term in a weapon that you can rely on.
That's what they say to do when you're rebuilding. Draft weapons and ignore the trenches. At 19, we have the Tampa Bay Fighting Buccaneers. And they're going to draft an absolute beast in Jihad Campbell.
Oh, this guy is a total beast.
Yeah, you know, it's a linebacker from Alabama. Name one that hasn't worked out.
I can't. I simply can't. There's nothing in my notes about that.
Yeah, nothing in there. Yeah. His name's Jihad, which is awesome.
Right.
He's going to run an absolute jihad against opposing quarterbacks and wideouts.
That's something you can say.
It's a religious war.
You should say, yeah.
He's going to absolutely fuck them up. And we've
It's like
heard
a crusade, kind of.
we've heard from the Campbell camp that he is excited to join that spitfire of a leader that is Baker, the Quaker, Mayfield.
Absolutely. I got this in here too.
What's that say?
Ohio State, 15 players. They might have the most drafted in any draft of all time this year.
That's wonderful, buddy.
Something to keep an eye on.
And who do we got up next, man? The pick is in.
The Denver Broncos. Wow, this is going to be awesome. Looks like they are taking Matthew Golden, that wide receiver from Texas that I mentioned. They need weapons over there for Bo Nix to throw at. Or throw near. And I do think the Broncos are going to be good this year. I think they get a running back in the second round. Maybe they could pick up one of those Ohio State running backs.
What if they get the Scataboos?
Oh, they could get Scatabo. I do have I have a note on him that I'll just read off really quick.
Sure, yeah. Can you even read with those on?
Barely. All right. Cam Scatabo, more like Scam Catabo.
That's fire. And that's an excellent note from the camp.
All right. Yep.
I'm no tape jockey, but
hook 'em horns. Sorry.
I'm no tape jockey, but Bengal.
This guy's a beast.
This guy is a beast. At 21.
I think you should take this one really quick. So tee this one up.
Yeah, at 21, the Pittsburgh Fighting Steelers are obviously going to take Will Howard. They've fallen in love with him, is what Mike Tomlin and the guys over there are saying. There's just something about a big white Midwesterner who's average. He's going to fit in well with that Mason Rudolph kind of led quarterback room. And they call him Willie the Throw the Pilly Howard Longball. That's the nickname he's already gotten with some of the guys over there at the Steelers.
Right.
He was seen throwing at kids in the playground in Pittsburgh. And
with DK Metcalf, though.
Yep.
It was DK Metcalf and a bunch of fourth graders.
Yeah, and a bunch of children. And DK was shredding them,
absolutely,
which was awesome.
Yeah.
And this is just the word we're getting. And I know it might look bold to people, but I think it's time for the Steelers to really go up and get their guy at the pick that they already have. They don't have to go up anywhere. They can just snag Will.
Sit right at 21 and they take Will Howard.
And no one wants him, so it's a sneaky good pick, and it's a classic Steelers move.
Right.
Let's move it right. And Will Howard's a beast.
Well, let me say a few things really quick. Okay. Mike Tomlin, he's trying to escape this 9-win curse.
Yeah.
And he has fallen in love with this strong arm of Will Howard.
So strong.
And how much he cries. He loves that he cries after the games that he loses. He said, I don't want mental toughness. I've had mental toughness, and what does it get me? 9 wins every year.
Yep.
And then we lose in the first round of the playoffs.
He wants fragility.
I need something new. Let's go the opposite.
Let's go baby
route. Let's pick an absolute pussy at quarterback. And we're gonna do that instead of taking any of the other guys. And so that's actually, this was all via a call with Tomlin. It was a FaceTime, sorry. It was a FaceTime with Tomlin this morning. He's in love with Will Howard, and he said, let's just try it out.
Time to snag a strong-armed pussy from the Buckeye State.
Absolutely.
All right, at number 22, Jim Harbaugh-led Chargers are going to pick Luther Burden III, who honestly is one of the most beast-like wide receivers I've seen in going through all of these prospects. I like this guy. I feel like Missouri gets no love because
especially for their journalism program.
I was saying
the best in the country.
It is the best, and I was gonna.
Number one,
And so you stole it from me there. I was gonna say they get no love because all the love they get is for their journalist program, which I should have gotten accepted to, obviously due to my great note taking and ability to tap into camps and remain not a tape jockey, but an amazing analyst as well.
Well, I got some good news for you in my notes. We've both been given honorary degrees from the Journalism School of Missouri.
It doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, I should have gone to class.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have.
I should have earned it. I didn't earn it.
Yeah, didn't earn it.
So you can take that degree and shove it up your Luther. At number 23, we got the Green Bay Smack Fighting Packers, and they're obviously going to take something.
Oh, yeah, they're going to take, Jahdae Barron. He
Yeah.
is the cornerback from Texas.
What's all that mumbo jumbo? People think they want to take a wide receiver.
I don't know. They got like 6 wide receivers who are all like just pretty good.
Yeah.
They got that go. I don't know why they would pick another wide
Yeah.
receiver. It seems insane to me that they would.
I heard Mel Kiper's wig say that online the other day. It said, Packers are going to take a wide receiver. And I was like, what the fuck is that mumbo jumbo?
Especially when you got Ted McMillan, you got Ibuka off the board, you got Matthew Golden, and you got Luther Burden off the board. Like,
And you got Tate McRae dropping music left and right.
Absolutely, she keeps dropping.
Dude, what is up with that?
And what about speaking of dropping, Addison Ray's dropping the Ray from the name. It's just going to be Addison from here
For
on.
real. And they want Green Bay to take a wide receiver in a world where Tate McRae's dropping tunes and it's just Addison.
I cannot believe the shit that I read online every single day. It's absolute bullshit.
The shit that comes out of Mel Kiper's wig, I swear to God, could make a cat piss.
The shit that comes out of my mouth, I can't even believe it. And all I'm doing is reading the news.
Yeah, right?
Fuck, man.
This is a beast of a pick, though. They
Absolute
do need.
beast.
I mean, they already have a great secondary with Jair Alexander. I mean, they have a strong defense, and in this division specifically, Caleb Williams, Jared Goff, they're gonna be airing that shit out. This is good.
And you know who else is in their division is the Vikings. But the Vikings, I have a sneaking suspicion, and by suspicion I mean a confirmed fact. The Vikings will not be picking here at 24.
Really?
I don't think so.
What's gonna happen?
I think that there might be a trade here. Is there a trade?
Do we have it? Oh!
Wow. Okay, take it away, my friend.
This is where it all happens. This is where years and years of seemingly bad signings and misconfigurations and just overall doofusry all collides into what is going to make Andrew Berry a Hall of Fame golden statue genius of a GM. Because we're going to pair Travis Hunter up with his boy. We're going to give him Shador.
Shador Sanders.
It's coming to Cleveland. They had dinner together in Cleveland, and then I talked to Andrew Berry, Jimmy Haslam personally, and Drew Carey, and they all said, it's happening. It's a Buffalo barrage in Cleveland. Joe Flacco's going to take them both under his wings and I think live with him and his beautiful family and mentor and tutor them until, you know what I'm going to say, Super Bowl.
You know what I love about Cleveland? Andrew Berry, Andrew Carey. Those are 2 things I love about Cleveland.
It's no time for jokes, buddy, but
I'm
I
sorry
appreciate
about that. I'll be more serious.
If the Browns actually do make this happen, I'll do some sort of ballet on TikTok.
Okay, some sort of ballet dance.
I will perform some sort of ballet maneuver in short form for your guys' viewing pleasure. I am going to be ecstatic, and I welcome you, Deion Sanders, to Cleveland.
Thank you, Coach Prime, for getting these boys ready to come play for our squad. We absolutely love that.
Maybe we'll retire their jerseys.
Probably first year.
First year.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the
Final 8.
Yeah, there we go. All right, the Texans, what do they need? They need a lot.
They
took a
don't
step
need
back.
that much.
They took a step back last year.
They do need to protect our guy.
Yeah.
CJ in that playoff game just got absolutely shit massacred. There's poop and shit all over him. It was
he got
brutal.
absolutely ravaged.
And that's why they're going to take Kelvin Banks Jr. here, the OT from Texas. That stands for offensive tackle. This guy's an absolute beast, fed off smoky barbecue for the last 3 years, and he is ready to just plop his belly onto defensive linemen and scare them away.
You got to risk it to get the brisket, and the brisket is the best in Texas, and that's why you got to keep it homegrown and bring the Texas boy over to Houston and put him on the field.
You are an excellent analyst, and Mel
Thank you,
Kiper,
sir.
you better watch your wig, buddy, because we're coming for it.
We're coming for you. Mel Kiper Jr., that's me. Okay, I'm next in line. I know how to analyze. That's one thing. If you can say whatever you want about me, but you cannot say that I don't know how to analyze.
That's
okay?
true.
This guy, a lot of people have projected going top 10. We forgot about it until this part of the mock draft.
That's all right,
It's
because
fine.
up next we got Sean McVay-led LA Rams. They're going to do it.
Oh, they're going Josh Simmons from Ohio State, huh?
They're definitely not trading this pick, right?
Well, they aren't.
All right, yeah, they're
sticking
definitely
with it.
going to go with
It's a
Josh
sticking
Simmons.
pick.
You got to protect the old man, Matt, the Raft, the staff, pass the ball, Alford. He just whips that thing around, and if he gets it out quick, sure. But you can't keep counting on that because as an injury-prone guy who's had ribs, wrists, shoulders, neck, back, hip, thigh, hamstring, MCL, ACL, Achilles, ARP, 2.0%. Yeah, you got to get a big beast down there, and that's exactly what Josh Simmons is.
First there was Gene, then there was Richard, now there's Josh. Go Rams. All right, let's get to the next one. I think you gotta tee this one up for me, okay?
This one's important because I actually just got back from Baltimore this morning. I did not sleep at all last night, except for a little nap I snuck in with John Harbaugh. I almost called him Josh because of Josh Simmons above him. But it's time to give Lamar the tool and weapon that he's always needed. And what that is another quarterback. I think the Baltimore Ravens go with Riley Leonard right here.
Yeah. I think it's time to admit that the Lamar experiment has failed.
He's too fast, and he's so good at throwing the ball, and he just doesn't get enough credit for that.
Right.
So it's time to bring in a guy who truly cannot throw the ball. And he's not even fast. He's just big. So I'm imagining they ease Leonard in kind of in a 3rd and 12 situation where they run a QB draw straight up the gut. Derrick Henry's kind of doing a 10-yard tush push. Maybe he'll pick up the young white man from Notre Dame and carry him a few. Let's get a doing there. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a smooth transition. Lamar understands that his time is up.
Right.
He hasn't been able to get it done in the playoffs.
Halfway through the season, I think Riley Leonard's going to fully take over.
He hasn't gotten it done in the playoffs, so it's time to put a Catholic, huge white guy who can't throw the rock at all in there.
Yeah, QB controversy in Baltimore, but the controversy is that a lot of people are going to be calling for Riley Leonard to start on day one.
Day one, exactly. And
they'll ease him in. A
They'll
3rd
ease
and
him in.
12, those 3rd and 12s, those 3rd and 13s. They're going to get him in there, and they're going to get him used to the offense. And then eventually, it's time to pass the torch, Lamar. Pass the torch to Riley Leonard.
And I think they'll release Lamar probably before the trade deadline in order to save some cap room.
Right.
And that's just the smart thing. Just cut it clean.
Which is good because the Browns need a backup.
Yeah.
So.
Detroit up next. Let's go.
Yeah, and Detroit, who are they going to get?
Eat 'em up, Lions. Eat 'em up. They're probably going to draft Shamar Stewart.
Yeah.
Who is a pesky little beast of an edge from Texas A&M known as the Aggies. And that stands for agriculture and men? The A&M?
Agriculture and...
Medicine? Mice?
Fuck, I feel like I used to know.
Manure?
I used to know. It might be manure. Yeah, it might be. But I don't know.
Farm shit.
I don't think that really matters.
It doesn't. This guy's a beast. And, you know, they signed, what's-his-tits from the Browns last year.
Oh, yeah.
Football knowledge. I'm thinking hoops, man.
Yeah, I know.
And this is a name I just should absolutely know. But they released him, and they're going to need a little edge help. They've kind of struggled here. They need someone to pair up with the white man, Aiden. Of course he's white. His name's Aiden. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, his name's Aiden Hutchinson, and he's one of the most feared men in the NFL.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Aiden Hutchinson.
It looks like he still likes playing with Legos.
It does.
But they need someone to go on the other side of him so Aiden doesn't catch all those fucked up double teams. And they need someone fast to chase down the little mouse up north in your mouth, Caleb.
Yeah, and a lot. And when they say that Shamar Stewart's going to be a success over in Detroit, they ain't lying. All right, let's get into the next one. Oh, I think there might be a trade here.
The Washington Football Commanders?
The Commanders don't need anything. They're the best team in the league.
And look who appears from the second round.
Boom, Giants, trade up. And listen, they're going to go get their guy. Their guy that they've wanted all along.
Yep.
They hate Shador.
Yeah, they
like Jackson. Throw the dart.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's
they
a nickname.
love this guy. Yeah, you got Russ. Yeah, you got Jameis. Jameis is practicing on a high school football field.
That's fine.
They're not even letting him into facilities. No. I don't know that he's going to be on the team when the season starts. So I think it's really going to be Jackson, Dart, learning from Russell Wilson.
Correct.
And Russell Westbrook, who is just added as a consultant for the team. Mike Vrabel. Great job, as always.
Mike
the Giants
Vrabel
are a
is
huge success.
Where's Mike Vrabel coming into play here?
Mike Vrabel coaches for the Patriots, and he's doing a saboteur. Oh, that's on this side. I'm so sorry. Brian Daboll is the guy. Mike Vrabel.
They're in love with Jackson Dart because the Giants do have a lot of ties to Ole Miss, including something to do with Charlie Weiss and the down south. So this makes sense here, and this is knowledge, and this is known, and this is cheap seats. And up next,
Wait, real quick, before you say that, what was once an old miss is now a new hit. Jackson Dart is an absolute stud. And they got the guy they wanted all along, and they didn't have to give up that much for him. We're not even going to say how much it was. We don't know.
and he told John Gruden about Ian.
Ian, the rapper.
Yeah, he did.
The white rapper.
He did the quarterback sit down with John Gruden, and Gruden said, man, look at this cool, cute white guy. What you listening to in those headphones? And he was like, Lil Yachty, V's, Ian. And Gruden whipped out his phone and said, you got to get me hip.
Yeah, he probably was like, not the Lil Yachty or V's. I'm going to pick the white boy, like John Gruden always does with his QB class, where he left out Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward.
I doubt Shedeur wanted to sit down with John Gruden. I'm sure Gruden and Dion.
I'm saying like he picked his favorite quarterbacks from this draft and put them up there.
No Cam Ward.
No Cam Ward.
What a racist loser. And it's no wonder he doesn't have a job in the NFL, because he's not only racist, he's also homophobic. At 30, we have the Buffalo fighting football Bills. And they're obviously going to go with Malachi Starks.
Yeah.
It's not Malaki. I've actually just been told that straight from the camp of Senior Starks. This is a safety from Georgia. This guy's a beast.
And listen, obviously a lot of people are going to be calling this out. The Bills, they're looking for a quarterback, okay? But they got 6 off the board, the top 6. And so they're going to sit and maybe trade up in the second round and get their guy, Tyler Shuck.
Nice.
They're going to want him because obviously the Josh Allen experiment has failed.
Yeah.
But here they go with a safe pick in safety. Malachi Stark, strengthen up that backfield.
And I guess they pair him with Jordan Poyer, which seems a little strange because they already have a great safety. I don't know why we got word that they were going to go Malachi here, but I guess, why not? Maybe they're playing cover 2 and they need the 2 deep safeties, and those two, Starks and Poyer, you know what that makes? Stoyer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then
Parks.
The Chiefs. Now, here's a lot of people are saying quarterback. A lot of people are saying quarterback. Yep. No, okay, they're gonna go with Walter Nolan from Ole Miss.
An absolute beast of a stud.
I've got a note here.
I'm no tape jockey, but I bet you this guy could throw a tire a country mile.
Walter Nolan sound like an old man name.
Was it?
Got that? Yeah.
Yep, that's right. It does say Walter Nolan sound like an old man name. So that's pretty much all we need to know about that. That makes sense. And it's what's going to happen. And Andy Reid they're getting a guy, finally a guy big enough to get by their head coach, who is massive. You got breaking news?
Wow. This guy I met on Hinge is cute. Andy Reid. Means he's smart.
Coming in at number 32, the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. They're going back-to-back Toledo, because why the fuck not? Because Toledo rocks, 419, rockets to your pockets. They're going with Darius Alexander, the defensive tackle out of Toledo, which is a wonderful city and a great place, and a school that has a wonderful medical program. They're going to pair him up with Quinyon Mitchell and the other whites over there. Not the other whites, the whites. And it's going to be a rocket pocket party.
A rocket pocket. I like that. Rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year candidate Quinyon Mitchell. Absolutely, it shocked the league last year. And
pride and joy
that the MAC is serious business. Okay, and I think that the Eagles they dipped their hand in that honey pot and it turned out good. And so they're gonna dip their hand back in and grab another little cookie. And this cookie here is Darius Alexander, an absolute stud from the Rockets. So I think this is, I know this is what's going to happen tonight. A lot of people aren't going to be happy about it. A lot of people are going to be shocked by it. But we've been around the league long enough to know that our sources, they tell the truth.
They are the sources. They're the only ones you should go to, and we're the only people you should come to for football.
Yeah, everybody else is telling you a bunch of bullshit.
And lies.
Nick Wright, more like Nick Wrong, okay? Rich Eisen, more like Rich... No eyes.
Open your eyes.
I can't see. Can't see what's going to happen. Has no idea.
Ryan Russillo, more like lay on a pillow and let you hang it up.
Yeah.
Bill Simmons, more like. Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons? Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know.
Philistine. All right. That's our Cheap Seats 2025 mock draft. The pick is in, the pick is up, and the pick is out.
The pick is in, the pick is up, and the pick is getting a lot of likes. That was a great post from you, my good friend. Also, this is just round one. We're not going to do the other rounds.
No, because
you just have to watch that tonight.
Yeah, just watch it.
Watch that later, but this is what's going to happen. Thank you for watching. More Cheap Seats on the way. We love you. We appreciate you. And once again, eat shit, Bengal.
And eat shit, Bengals. Roll it, Tony! Man, fuck the Ravens. Fuck the Steelers. Fuck the Bengals. Fuck Bengals.
Look how fast I am.
You're done with that shit.
Look how fast I am.
All right,